Let's talk about filters in Gmail. We use filters to organize our emails as they come in so that I don't have to do it manually. And the way it works is you use this window that I'm looking at, and I'll show you how to get here a little later. I just want to show you the overview right now. You use this window to describe the criteria that's being set. So for example, if I take a look at I have from, I have to, I have subject, I have has the words, what words are included, doesn't have certain words, whatever. So I can set this to automate based on criteria, based on any of these things that you see in front of you. So for instance, if I wanted every email coming from that I send to myself from I'm using one of my other email addresses for safety. I want the email sent from a specific email address. Okay, and I want so I want that. So basically what this is saying is that when an email comes in from this person, okay, it's going to do whatever I set up here in Create Filters. So let's look at what we can do with it. So when I get something from that person, I can either skip the inbox and go straight to archive. Remember, archive is where your all mail is. It's where everything is. I can automatically mark it as read. I could put a star on it. Let's do that just because that's a pretty safe thing to do. But it gets deeper as you go along. One of the more useful ones is to apply a label, and we'll do that on our second one. We also have the ability to forward it to a specific forwarding address. You can delete it, and I think you can get right here. If you have one that keeps coming in as spam, you don't want it to come in as spam, you can list the sender and then make it not come in as spam anymore. Lots of stuff is available here. Okay, now I'm going to hit Create Filter. And let's take a look at the filter that got created. Okay, just for review. So I'm going to go to Edit, and you can see that indeed anything that comes from this person is going to get a star. Okay, so let's test it. So I'm going to go to the email that is the one in question, and I'm going to start a new message. So now I'm in my inbox, and I got a message from the person that I established right here. You can see the email address right there, and sure enough, it comes in with a star. Okay, so this is a great way to organize your box. Now, how do I get to that window where I started that? Well, if I go to Settings, and I go to All Settings, and at the top, you'll see Filters and Blocked Content. I'm gonna go here, and I'm gonna hit Create New Filter, at which point this is a two-step process. This is the window of step one. I will put in whatever's important in here that I need, and then of course I'd hit Create Filter and move on. There's another way to create a filter that's a little easier, and I want to show you that one. So I'm going to go to my inbox, and for this I'm going to go to my updates where I get lots of pesky updates. And one of them comes from this place called Blaster Suite, because I bought something from them a while back and they just love to write to me. So I'm going to open up that email, and there's a way to actually apply a filter to something that comes in and automatically populate it with the sender's address in the way I did in the first example. So if I go up here, you can go to filter messages like these, okay? And this is a more direct way to do what I just did. So if I click this, sure enough, I get that box that I had when I went to my settings, but I already have this populated with what I want. Okay, so now all I have to do is actually create the filter. Okay, so I'm going to click Create Filter. And for this, I want to give it a label, okay? So if I want to apply a label to this every time it comes to my inbox, okay, I can do this. Now, I have all these various different labels that I've already made, okay? So let's see if there's anything that I can already use. Not really, so I'm going to make a new label. I could have chosen any one of these. And I will call this label Blaster, because that's the name of the company that's writing to me. Okay, and I'm going to hit Create. So anytime something comes in from this place, it's going to to put it into my label, and the label is going to be called Blaster. Okay, right now there's nothing in there, and that's because no new emails have come in. But I'm sure if I check this tomorrow, they send me an email overnight, it will be in there. So experiment with filters. You can really organize your box that way. So if you have a specific person, like maybe your supervisor or whatever, and you always want their emails to go under a specific label, or you always want their emails to have a star on them in order, to denote importance, you can try this. There are so many ways you can use this. I use it constantly, and it keeps my inbox really clean. But wait, there's more. Shortly after doing the screen recording I got an email from the sender in question. So remember, the sender in question was something from a place, Blaster. Now look at this. If I go to that label, because I created a label for it, sure enough, the new one that came in shortly after when I made mine has been automatically added to that label. And as new ones come in, they're going to accumulate under here. And anytime I want to see anything from this sender, I can do this. And then I can do really cool stuff with it, like select all and delete.